You're using repression just in the sense of disavowing this?
What you do to avoid feelings
Yeah,
and
yeah,
painful events.
yeah,
Suppression is more conscious.
yeah.
You realize you're angry, but you just kind of squash it.
Right, right,
Repression is unconscious. It's all unconscious.
right. No, but I mean the fragile character structures that don't have the fortitude to repress or suppress, they just project or go psychotic or whatever.
Oh, I see. Yeah, no, they're still avoiding feelings,
Right.
but there's not enough ego strength or not enough of a repressive barrier, so they're getting bombarded, but that's not the same as therapeutically
Right.
experiencing a feeling and putting it in perspective and understanding where it came from and how it's playing out in their life. You have to build that capacity. Fragility is repression, but borderline or psychosis
Mm-hmm.
is the feelings are there, but there's not an
Mm-hmm.
ego structure to,
Mm-hmm.
right. And so you build a repressive barrier. Like
Mm-hmm.
repression has its place.
Mm-hmm.
It just isn't good when you're an adult, but it has its place as a kid to help us get
Mm-hmm.
through our childhood
Mm-hmm.
and the difficulties that we're too young to handle.
Mm-hmm.
But then in adulthood, that analogy of the boat, that you're carrying on your back.
Mm-hmm.
But for some people with true borderline, not just
Mm-hmm.
fragility,
Mm-hmm.
there isn't enough of a repressive barrier. So the
Mm-hmm.
feelings are there. The idea is not just to have feelings. That's
Mm-hmm.
a clinical definition of hysteria.
Mm-hmm.
But to have a strong ego that can experience
Mm-hmm.
those feelings and put them in perspective and understand them.
Mm-hmm.
Like the ego has a function.
Mm-hmm.
And borderline and psychotic people don't have that ability.
Right.
So
Right.
you actually have to help them repress things and then let them back in a titrated fashion into conscious awareness so they can be therapeutic.
Let them back in a time. You mean the feelings? Let the feelings back
Yeah,
in?
let the feelings back in, but in a titrated way.
Right. Right.
So they're not overwhelmed.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Good.
There's actually, Davin would call it, it's actually a pathology of the ego in
Mm-hmm.
borderlines.
Mm-hmm. Because it doesn't have the fortitude in.
It's not fully formed.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Part of the function of the ego is repression. Repression
Mm-hmm.
is a good thing in the right context.
Mm-hmm.
If something is overwhelming,
Mm-hmm.
it's better to just be able to put it out of your mind until such time
Mm-hmm.
as you can let it back in and deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
A borderline doesn't have that capability.
Mm-hmm.